Hi, welcome to Runoff. I'm Ben, and today we're going to learn how to create our own nasal strips. Because if you look at my nose, I have a collapsed septum. Yeah, I have a collapsed septum, and I mean it's not so bad that I need surgery or whatever. But when I go running, especially when I'm really exerting myself on a hard training run, I kind of need these to be able to get more oxygen to my lungs. And anyways, it's really simple to create your own nasal strips. All you need is an old credit card, and this number isn't, it's an old credit card, it's expired, so you can't use it. A pair of scissors, and some sort of a tape that actually works. I mean, you could use like electrical tape, which would probably be pretty uncomfortable because it's really stiff. I prefer bandage tape. It's an incredible elasticy material, and the only negative to this is that unlike the commercial nasal strips, it sticks to your nose and then leaves residue all around it. So if you use it at night for things like sleep apnea and stuff, you're gonna wake up with some gunk on your nose. So hopefully you take showers in the morning, or you like to wash your face. But anyways, it's really simple to do this. All you have to do is take your credit card and you make a cut. You probably want to make a strip that's maybe like half an inch wide, quarter inch wide, depending on the size of your nose. I have a pretty big nose. So just like that. And it really depends on what part of your nose you want to lift up, because that's the thing about these nasal strips. The commercial ones are all one size fits all, and sometimes they don't fit perfectly either. So that's one reason why you might want to make your own. I mean, if the commercial ones just don't work, you're going to want to make your own nasal strips here. So you take your bandage, and the problem with this is if you choose like a credit card, you can use other kinds of cards that are, you know, they need to be springy, like this. So because what it needs to do is it needs to lift up the bandage. That's all something like this is. It's adhesive and something springy and like cardboardy. So that's all you need. I use this because it's really effective, but you can use something a little bit weaker if you don't need it to lift up so much. So you take your bandage, and the problem with this is that it's sharp. And so if you put it on your nose without covering it first, it's going to hurt. So what I do is I take the bandage and I stick my piece of credit card in there, and I cut just enough to cover the piece of credit card. Pretty simple. And then I cover the piece of credit card up. And you want to be a little bit more specific if you don't want to waste any of this, right? But you can cut it down to size. You can just wrap it. That's another technique. You just wrap it with the Band-Aid or bandage, right? So you've got that's your bridge piece right there. Next, this is the last major step. You want to measure out your bandage by the size of this. So what you want to do, and I've got a pretty big nose, so I typically go like maybe an inch, maybe half an inch beyond the thing. Yeah, my nose is pretty big. And you put the bridge part onto the bandage. You pull this out, the bandage part out. There, pretty simple. Cut. And it really only needs to be as wide as your nose is long. I mean, honestly, it doesn't even have to be that big. I mean, really, you could even make it just as small as the bridge piece if you wanted to minimize how much and how goofy you look at night. I mean, if you're sleeping with someone, you don't want them to laugh at you like my wife does, then you probably don't want to make it this big. I mean, look at how big I make it. That's about how big I make it. I'm just lazy and I do it really quick at night. So yeah, I just wasted one of these. These things are expensive. I mean, like, if you had to use these every night or every day, I mean, you'd have to take out a payday loan or sell one of your kidneys or something, right? So that's why I do this. It's a lot cheaper. You can pick one of these up for like $5, you know, online or at your local Rite Aid. Or that wasn't product placement, don't worry. So basically, yeah, you've got this is all a nasal strip is. A springy thing in the middle and some sort of a bandage, sticky, you know, adhesive piece of material. And that's it. So yeah, I just stick it over my nose. And with credit cards, they're really springy. So I mean, you might want to find something that's a little bit more comfortable. But also, you want to make sure that you clean your nose. This isn't going to stay on very well for me for like super long. It wouldn't stay on overnight. Why? Because there are oils on my nose from sweating with these bright, nasty lights. And seriously, this thing won't stay on for another like 2 hours. I can guarantee it. But once it's on there, like if you clean it and you get that sticky stuff on there, you won't have to worry about sweating or anything as you're running, because this stuff is actually designed so that once it sticks, it's supposed to stay on there for quite a long time because it's bandage and you want to be able to keep a bandage on for quite a long time. Anyways, voila, don't I look like a goof? But I can breathe a billion times easier. These things are useful for just breathing better when you're out on a training run. They're useful for if you snore and you want to get more opening up in there for your breathing. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and check out my blog at runoff.com. Hit that subscribe button down below.